Now, Fifth, when you continuously call Puff, does that affect your relationships in Hollywood?
I don't call him gay. I said.
Let me read it, Fifth.
Oh my God.
Sorry I can no longer help you guys. Soon you will all be gay and happy. You are all now left under leadership of Puffy Daddy. Report to the nearest rainbow. Dinner Thieves in theaters January 19th.
That's why he says things. He doesn't even know what he's saying is like fruity. You know what I'm saying? Like, he says something fabulous and he goes, yo.
Speaking of, in particular, Netflix docuseries that you've been working on, Diddy Do It.
Right.
You've been saying for years that you feel you knew Diddy's character.
Right. Feel uncomfortable with the way you represent the idea of going to these projects.
To come party with me.
Yeah. And then that swayed me away from it. Just that.
Nigga Puff, like he called, we should kick it on the shit after the main.
Right.
And the nigga, matter of fact, they sent me the girl pictures, like pictures of this girl.
You won't believe the chaos unfolding in the music world right now because Burna Boy, the global Afrobeat superstar, is reportedly raising concerns about his high-profile connection with Diddy, saying it now feels more like a trap than a partnership. The Grammy-winning artist is pointing to serious behind-the-scenes tensions, revealing a side of the industry that is far from glamorous. What was expected to be a powerful collaboration has seemingly turned into a private situation filled with pressure and unanswered questions. And as more information continues to surface, it is becoming increasingly clear that this is much more than ordinary industry gossip. It could become a major wake-up call that changes how people...
Isn't it weird that the government was so interested in Diddy's baby oil that they took 1,000 bottles away from his house? If the government took 1,000 bottles of baby oil and somebody had things what appeared to be baby oil, and then you have to listen to the prosecutor. He said that they seized 1,000 bottles what allegedly to be baby oil. Allegedly to be baby oil. So that's telling people that it wasn't baby oil. And people think that that was baby oil, they out their mind. I don't believe it was baby oil. Yo, bro, when they went up in there, they knew what they was gonna find. They knew what was ever in that baby oil or that those bottles that appeared to be baby oil, they knew about that at first. You gotta realize 9 times out of 10, that individual that got caught at the airport, that was supposed to be their carrier, told them what they was doing and what they had. I wouldn't put it past that he told them everything. So when they went up in there, they knew they had to take whatever was out there, and that thing that appeared to be baby oil, they took that.
Remember when Burna Boy was at the very top, holding a Grammy and carrying Africa's name with unmatched pride? He rose from being one of Nigeria's biggest breakout stars to becoming a global Afrofusion powerhouse in record time, releasing hit after hit that transformed the sound of modern African music and shook the entire industry. African Giant sparked a movement, while Twice as Tall firmly established his dominance, earning him a historic Grammy victory and convincing the world that he had everything: fame, sold-out tours, and elite status. But behind the bright lights and headline-making success, the story was not as perfect as it appeared. Because even the biggest star...
How many of those come back to be baby oil? Bro, listen to me. Costco don't sell that much baby oil. Where you know sell that much baby oil?
Yeah, I don't know any store that sell that much baby oil. I know Costco, they came out and said that they don't even sell baby oil.
My sentiments exactly.
But you personally, right, what do you believe was in the baby oil?
If you ever seen a massage parlor being raided and they walking out the people, do they take the massage oil with them when they go? No, they just walk out the people who are being arrested. If you ever seen a person get arrested and the people being arrested in those brothel houses, do they take out the stuff in the brothel houses? No, they don't. They take the individuals who are being arrested out the brothel houses. For them to take 1,000 bottles of baby oil, it's like that they did not leave one. They left people there, but they ain't leave not one bottle. Nobody needed no baby oil. So my whole thing about it is that there was something in that other than baby oil. That's why they took all the bottles. And 9 times out of 10, if I would give it a wild guess, it was, and like some of the people told me, it was probably that GHB.
What's that?
I think it's gamma hydrox. I looked it up, bro. Let me see. See if I can find it. I know this is just showing everything like that, but oh no. Let me. Yo, somebody tap dance or sing or do something, you know what I'm saying, while I'm doing this. Oh, here it go right here. It's gamma hydroxy butyric. What is its effect on the body? It's a euphoria, drowsiness, decreased anxiety, and memory impairment. It works on the nervous system and gives you this feeling of euphoria. So they take that and rub it on her, and you forget who you are, what you're doing. It can also give you memory loss, drowsiness, and that's under the DEA, the Drug Enforcement.
Speculation exploded overnight. People began asking how someone at Burna Boy's level could suddenly seem so uncomfortable. One moment, he was celebrating success, and the next he was sharing messages that felt tense and restrictive. Fans started analyzing his vague comments like pieces of a puzzle, convinced that something was not right. Then one name changed the entire conversation: Diddy. What first appeared to be a powerful alliance, with Afrobeat's biggest star connecting with one of the music industry's most influential figures, quickly raised serious questions. After all, Burna was already succeeding on his own terms. That was when the cracks seemed to appear, with Burna subtly hinting at creative pressure, limited freedom, and a growing feeling of being boxed in. It was as if the spotlight came with invisible restrictions, and it suddenly became clear that reaching that...
No, you want to sit around and pretend to like bitch. That's what y'all do. And then you get these hard Jocelyn.
So I'm just
like
curious.
these are the you like half man. No disrespect, but Jocelyn rough.
Them shoulders is.
And the way she like running up on, I already know she done strapped up on you.
Ooh. Ooh. So, Jack, let me ask you. There's some of the shocking things
I hear that mean with a harness.
Okay, not a harness.
Yeah.
So I gotta ask you this. I'm sure somebody's already asked you this, but have you ever been to a P. Diddy party?
Yeah, several, many, honestly.
And so, can you take us through like what goes on, like when you were there?
What did I say when y'all asked me about why was the TD Jakes at the Diddy party?
Yeah.
What'd I say? Money. And
That's correct. Were you surprised that there were so many cameras in his houses?
No.
That he was recording these?
He is the J. Edgar Hoover of hip hop.
Okay.
Y'all done seen him put on the pyramid with a skirt?
So let me ask you, when you hear that Cassie was told to hire male escorts to come and what they call freak-offs now.
Yeah.
Is that something normal that happens in Hollywood?
Yeah.
Freak-offs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody know that. I've been saying it.
Yeah.
How many times I got some these niggas is wild.
So do you feel like people, when they hear pink cocaine, Young Miami has to bring across?
Wait, the Tusi.
Yeah, the Tusi. That's what they call.
I found out. I talked to my drug guy because I wanted to be informed. Because people was calling it Tusi, that's calling it the Tunchi. I didn't know which one it was. So I talked to my drug guy, and my drug guy filled me in. And then it made perfect sense. Tusi.
Talk to him.
Drugs with Jaguar.
Let's talk.
Drugs education.
101.
So Tusi is the cocaine. But they take the ketamine and cook it up. And they fold it into the coke. Now, if you don't know what ketamine is what they call on the street Special K. It's a veterinary drug. It's a horse tranquilizer. Now, gay men have been using this for years. See, back in the day, if you went to a gay party or a gay rave, there were certain drugs that you would always find on hand. Viagra, ecstasy, Special K, and cocaine. Now see, the cocaine keep you up all night, but unfortunately it gives you limp noodle because of with the blood flow. So you with a half-hard dick all night. So that's why you have the Viagra, to make sure that the dick involuntarily stays hard while you're numbing yourself with the coke. Now see, the ketamine, that's a horse tranquilizer, so that relaxes all your muscles. You could get by 80 ton gorillas. You wouldn't feel a thing. So now, your dick is gonna stay hard. You numbed up and you high. You got the ketamine in you so you don't feel shit. And then you add the ecstasy to put in the feeling that you've now blocked out. And now you got a party.
You might be wondering just how serious this situation really is. The answer is that it is far more complicated than it first appears. Reports suggest that Burna Boy's agreement with Diddy raised significant concerns, with some viewing it as a warning sign rather than a strategic move. On the surface, the partnership looked like a powerful alliance, with Burna bringing the music and global appeal while Diddy offered industry influence and connections. But behind closed doors, the reality appears to have been far less balanced. The arrangement has been rumored to include restrictive terms affecting everything from revenue distribution to creative decisions and even control over touring plans. What initially looked like a major opportunity gradually began to resemble a tightly managed setup where artistic freedom was limited and nearly every move came with conditions attached.
Made with accent.
Because this is stuff that happened back in the day. And then maybe that if they knew there was going to ever be a YouTube or they knew there was going to ever be social media, a lot of the stuff probably wouldn't have got played out like it did. But things happen, and these are just stories from the past. I would like to use that as what you call that, just to clear the facts up what's going on. But it all started, we was in Atlanta, and this story starts when I'm with Puff, and he's in exotic bookstores and he's doing shopping, right? He's shopping, getting his stuff and everything like that. So, you know, this is the first time I was ever in an exotic bookstore with Puff. So, you know, I'm giving him his space. He's taking things off the shelves and stuff like that, because they gave him a brown paper bag. When they gave him a brown paper bag, he was just putting stuff in there. So I said, damn, you know, he got to go put it on the counter and, you know, show everybody what he's getting. So as he's going, I'm just looking at the places where he's picking stuff from. So there's one part he picked up some things from up here on my left side, and then he picked like quite a few of them down. I'm like, okay. He put them in the bag. So when I went by there and I looked up there, and it said butt plugs, and I was like, hey yo, I was messing with him, because people don't understand. You know, we was like friends. He was a part of the same gang, so I'm still gonna tease him. I'm still gonna mess with him and everything like that. I could do that. It wasn't just no security thing. So I say, yo, what are you getting this for? And it said butt plugs, and he was like, yo, can I do my shopping by myself? I said, yeah, you could do it by yourself, brother. And he started walking and everything like that. When he got to, I just waited at the counter. When he got to the counter, he didn't even have to show the guy nothing. He just gave the guy a wad of money. I mean, like, he gave the guy a stack something like this. And Puff wasn't the dude that carried no 20s and no 50s and nothing like that. And I mean, like, he just said, boom. And we walked out the store. So we had to leave Atlanta and go to North Carolina for a show. You understand? And it was him, this rapper, Sarah, and this other girl. We all got on a G5 jet, and we flew to G4 jet, and we flew to North Carolina. So later on that, I think that afternoon, same day, this rapper and him, they all in the room together. You know, it's Sarah, the girl, Puff, and this dude.
Burna Boy would not be the first artist to learn this lesson the hard way. Music history is filled with legendary performers who signed deals that ultimately cost them far more than they gained. Icons who sold millions of records, shaped entire generations of culture, and still struggled to maintain control over their own work. And let's be honest, Diddy is no stranger to high-stakes business negotiations, which naturally raises the question of what Burna could potentially stand to lose. The risks are significant, potentially affecting his sound, his brand, his earnings, and the creative independence that made him a global star in the first place. Because agreements like these can slowly tighten their grip on an artist's entire career, turning success into a series of restrictions and obligations. The situation appeared to escalate when Burna reportedly hinted in a leaked conversation that the arrangement could extend across multiple revenue streams, including performances, merchandise, and business partnerships. It created the impression that while Burna built the empire, someone else could be positioned to take the biggest share, leaving him with far less control.
And stuff like that, like, yeah, so then next thing you know, somebody rang the doorbell. We had the presidential suite where we was at. So I opened the door, and the dude said, yo, I'm here for my cousin. I said, who your cousin? And he said, Ja Rule. I said, well, he busy right now. He said, he busy doing what? I said, he with Puff, they're in the room, they busy, they don't want to be bothered. He said, well, I'm going in there. I said, bruh, you ain't going in there, because he told me they don't want nobody to be bothering them. And he was like, yo, I don't care, man, I'm going in there. That bull like that. I said, yo, bruh, Jesus Christ had to come down here and take the air out of my body before you get in that room right there. Watch. He tried to bum rush me. I grabbed him and threw him against the piano. When I threw him into the piano, Puff and Ja Rule runs out the room. Puff got his towel, Ja grabbing his towel, but they butt the naked. And so then Ja was like, yo, what's going on? Yo, G, that's my cousin. He know me well, you know, and Puff was like, yo, G, what happened? I said, he tried to get in the room. I told him he couldn't get in the room. And he was like, Puff looked at Ja. He said, yo, Ja said, you ain't want to go in that room because there's a lot of freaking going on. So I was like, oh, he said it was a lot of freaking going on. So that was basically that story, man. You know what I'm saying? They went back in the room. Dude felt a certain kind of way, and he left out. So I seen them at the concert the next day, and they tried to, you know, form up against me. But my man Frank was like, I told my man Frank, I was like, yo, Frank, put yourself in that position. Somebody trying to get in the room, and Ja told you don't let nobody get in the room. What would you do? Now, y'all can do whatever y'all want to do, man, but you know I ain't taking no losses. He said, yo, you good, and that was it. Bro, when Ja said, you don't want to come up in there, a lot of freaky stuff is going on. You got to use your mind. What they was doing with those butt plugs.
Right.
With Diddy heavily involved in Burna Boy's circle, you would expect nothing but major success and non-stop victories. Yet reports suggest that the partnership brought more tension than triumph. At first, everything looked polished and picture-perfect. Studio sessions, luxury outings, and public praise that created the image of an unstoppable alliance. But once the cameras were gone and the doors were closed, the situation reportedly changed quickly. Growing tension, Conflicting creative visions and serious disagreements over money and control began to surface. What appeared to be a powerhouse collaboration on the outside slowly started to look like a pressure cooker behind the scenes. Before long, the polished image began to crack,